With release of patch 7.0 and the end of transmission chapter, the perk made for this was released. The perk's effect is as stated. Whenever you're in the injured state, made for this activates and you benefit from the following effects. Gain a 3% haste status when running. Gain the endurance status effect for 10 seconds after healing another survivor. Made for this cannot be activated while suffering from exhaustion. When players first read this effect, they immediately thought that it seemed very powerful. People were even asking for it to be nerfed before it was even released. But now, nearly 3 weeks on from when it's come out, people have now got their impressions on the perk. Personally, I don't mind the perk. While it's powerful, I don't believe it is unhealthy for the game currently, but depending on how the meta shifts in the future, it could become so. I believe that it is important to include the fact that I'm a killer main and play at around a 60-40 split of both roles. I have played with and against made for this, and prefer facing it to a perk like the Old Dead Hard or Life, as it extends the chase in a more natural way without a very large speed boost. Its other effect allows the user to body block for a teammate after healing if that teammate was being tunneled, for example, which is very healthy for the game and an overall improvement as it can prevent tunneling. However, I would have preferred if this was a separate perk, as it does make made for this just straight up better than most other exhaustion perks, because it has this extra effect on top of it. My main issue with the perk doesn't come from the perk itself, but the questionable balance choices that is highlighted. The perk Boon Dark Theory gives a 2% haste status effect while within 24 meters of the totem. Made for this gives 3% from just being injured. Personally, I think that Dark Theory needs a relatively sizable buff to make it consistent with other haste effects like Breakout and Hope. This isn't directly the fault of Made for this, because it only really served to highlight this strange balance decision within the game. But you can't talk about Made for this without bringing up the other synergies that it has. You may see a lot of players running the perks Hope and Resilience along with it. This creates a very powerful build, and you just cannot deny that it is. But I would ask that you to consider the fact that when running this, it's taking 3 perk slots, leaving only 1 for something else, which can leave a tough decision on what should be running that final slot. Other perks like Winner's Opportunity, Unbreakable, Off the Record, Prove Thyself, all have to compete for this spot. Compare this to a typical exhaustion perk like Lithe, which only requires 1 slot to be fully effective, and the downsides of this build are made very clear. In conclusion, I think that while powerful, Made for this is balanced in the current meta, and doesn't make the game unplayable for some killers like many were saying it would. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, I would say please like and subscribe, as it would greatly help my channel. And if you enjoyed this, I have another similar video on barbecue and chili, which I will link in the description below. But with all that said, thank you for watching.